Neffy, I just have to say, why pink? Why pink put for your profile picture? Like of all colors, you have to pick.
It's a manly color, you know.
No, it's
I pretty much like pink. You know, I look pretty in pink, anyways.
no, you don't. I've never seen. I've known you for 5 years, and you've never wore pink.
Well, this is the first time, you know, that I tried on pink.
Okay, so when I eventually do see you in person again in the summer, you're gonna wear pink. The first time I see you, you better wear pink.
I have it in my closet. Yeah.
Yeah, to take it out, take it out. It could be 95-degree weather. I don't care. I need to see this pink ensemble you created for yourself.
No, yeah, you'll definitely see me in pink one day.
One day, better be this year. You better be. Oh, hey everyone, Joe here from Action. Welcome to What's in the Tube, Action Show where we review all things in the world of television, which normally includes episode by episode reviews of currently on air shows, season by season reviews of shows that are long done in the air or are still going on for a very long time, or doing these first impressions where we're reviewing the first episode of a brand new show, hopefully to do a review series each and every week. But before I go any further, Nefito, the hero, this is your first time in the world of Action X. Please give people a brief introduction about yourself because you've never popped up in any of my circles.
All right, so what's up, guys? My name is Nefi. You don't have to call me Nefito the Hero. That's totally a different category
What do you mean
of
different
of that
category?
nickname. So like that's gaming category, you know. Anyways, everyone calls me Nefi, and pretty much, you know, this is my first time critiquing and reviewing with the homie Combat Master. See, I'm nicknaming your gamer tag right now because
I don't use that gamer. Oh, okay, I still have that gamer tag, but it's not the gamer tag. I never refer to myself as that. People just call me Joe on the internet. That's basically it. I'm the average Joe.
Joe on the internet.
Ugh, I hate you, Nuffy. I hate you so damn much. This is why I didn't.
And
Whatever. We're
this is
reviewing
pretty much the brief like look on our like relationship.
our relationship. That's what you want to call it. Our relationship. I've known you for 5 years, but you've always been in the background of my life since I was a kid,
Oh yeah, obviously.
which is hilarious. It's
I'm a
actually
background character in your life.
it's actually hilarious. No, it's actually hilarious that you have literally been in the circle of my life, but I didn't officially become your friend until like 2017. It's hilarious. It's funny, for me at least.
I'm laughing so hard, bro.
Yeah, but today we're reviewing Halo, the brand new show only on Paramount Plus. Neffy, just a bit side story, bit of background history for you on the Halo. What
Okay,
year? How long do you think Halo as a property has been trying to break into live action, like not video games?
so you want me to take a guess?
Take a guess. Take a random guess. I'm gonna play with my Infinity Gauntlet while you guess.
So if I can remember, I'm not too sure how long the Halo series has been out, like the Halo game in particular.
I think it
So
was
like
2001,
2001,
2001.
right?
Yeah. So
Okay. Okay, so from that year till today, I would say um about 11 years, I would say. I would
well,
say like they tried to since
you're not entirely wrong.
2011.
You're not entirely wrong. So they're trying to make a movie because like obviously it was like big video game franchise. We need to make a movie. That sort of like was the big thing back when we were kids. Like, how do we make this into a movie? And they tried by I think Steven Spielberg of all people was supposed to like direct the movie. I could be wrong, but they tried. It
Makes
didn't really
sense
work.
for him to
Um,
direct it.
yeah, that was the rumor that he was going to be producing it and maybe directing it. And then I think, do you remember the movie District 9?
Oh yeah, I heard of that. I've
Yeah,
seen it
yeah, I think
before.
the guy who made that movie was supposed to direct the Halo movie at some point.
It does kind of give off some Halo vibes.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I mean, the guy who made Chronicle made Fantastic Four. You saw how that went. It doesn't all.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like Chronicle, like a new type of superhero film directs next,
Chronicle was fucking amazing.
and then Fantastic Four came out, the 2015 one.
Yeah, that went.
That was shit. That was like the very first time I was like, these tickets are free. I could just go home. I could just go home and not give a shit. But then 2013 they decided, you know what, let's make a TV show. It's just impossible. Like, it became wise that doing these like 2 hour, 2.5 hour adaptations of these hour-long video games wasn't entirely the smartest thing to do. So they decided let's turn this to a TV show. So you were right on that. It was around 2013 they announced we're going to make a TV show based on Halo.
I was like 2 years off.
Yeah. And it was going to be by Showtime, which still produced the show at the end of the day. This show in particular we're about to talk about. And then it was, the usual development hell, that sort of thing. And then finally, Paramount Plus happened, and like, we need a big thing. We have iCarly. We have Frasier.
One season, by the way.
I mean, it's getting season two. Season two is next month. Get ready. But I'm excited. I'm excited for that one. But they need like a big thing. Like, Netflix had Daredevil, had Stranger Things. Hulu has something in the past. All I know now is
Anime, I would say.
well, I meant original, probably like a streaming
Oh,
service original. Like HBO Max has tons of them right now with the DC lineup. So Paramount Plus, what is the big thing that isn't Star Trek? So let's do Halo. And finally, Halo came out. It's been a very long road. We were supposed to get it last year, but obviously, COVID.
we were also supposed to get. They also delayed the Halo Infinite game.
Well, but those are two. Well, they were delayed for COVID, but they were like unrelated to each other, like the game and the show. They were like two separate entities, which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
also
Okay.
ironic. Is that 3 days before the show premiered, they announced that we never looked at the video games for the show, which I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have
That was the biggest
stupidest thing to say.
dumbest. Yeah.
You say that after the show comes out. You don't say it 3 days before. Oh yeah, we never play the video games. We never use that as like a reference material. I'm like,
Yeah. That didn't make sense at all.
I mean, to be fair, and this is where we can start jumping into the actual review of it. This is not an adaptation of Halo One. This is an adaptation of Halo Reach. This isn't an adaptation of anything. It's its own timeline. It's its own like
Yeah.
universe. Like, so there's the video game universe. This is the TV show universe. They're just trying to be. They're their own thing. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
but that's my one. That's like my biggest critique is that yes, it is its own thing, but you rely so much on the imagery and the moment to moment beats, like just even the sound, the music. You have to rely on those to tell your story. And for me here, like my first impressions of the first episode, I thought it was okay, but it was like a lot of things. It just didn't work. I found it visually appealing at times, but in terms of like just like me, like if this was like they binged, like let's say they dropped the entire first season today, the entire first season, because this is renewed for season two. So no matter how much we hate the show, it's coming back for season two. It's already been renewed. So, um, this was by far okay, which is very disappointing to say for a Halo show.
I think that's a fair answer.
What was your thing? Like your first line baseline impressions. You just wrapped seeing the episode like 25 minutes ago. What do you
Yeah.
think? Are you inclined to like binge the rest of season one, or was this just you can wait till it's all said and done?
So my first impression would honestly be because like I'm not such a big critiquer. I don't really look too in depth. What I usually look into is more of like the action and the details of
Mm,
like stuff being implemented from the game. You know what I mean? Like the armor, the gear, the weapons, how they look and how
mm.
they sound. And to me, I think overall it's pretty good. I was enjoying the first episode, even though the it was kind of a little bit predictable towards the end. Um, like so in the beginning, because this is spoilers, right?
Yeah, you can go. You
Um,
can go on. Oh, by the way, spoilers for Halo episode one. Go check it out right now on Paramount Plus. Turn away if you don't want to hear spoilers and come back. No, go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
so when Master Chief found the key and he had these memories, it was kind of predictable the way Dr. Halsey reacted to it because she seemed worried, and I guess you could say it was more like Chief was confused of what was going on, right? Like when all these visions he was
Hmm.
seeing, and I pretty much, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like like I know everything, but like I said, it was pretty
Hmm.
predictable. Like knowing that maybe he got like kidnapped or something
What
by
I'm
by
aware,
them.
I'm aware our mutual friend Alan, who has been on the show before, he did tell me that in the comics they did confirm, yeah, they were, from what I understand, for the Spartan program in the games, they get taken away as kids and they get like reprogrammed to be the super soldiers. But one of the
Yeah,
things they kind of do to them is they wipe their memories. So
yeah,
it's
I
like,
didn't know that. I
yeah, they
didn't
never
know
did it.
that
They
until
never
I
explained it in
saw.
the games. They never did.
Yeah, so I'm following through like what the game's story like of what I know from based on the video games.
Mhm. But they never really explored that in the game, which I will give the show credit for. Like the UNSC is definitely more shady than the games. I will say that it is a bit of an interesting angle. But the problem is that in terms of like a story beat, and I'm more of a story critiquer as well as the characters. This could be me, like, I watch way too much more television than you. Um,
Yeah.
this feels like retreading from Mando, Last of Us, Westworld. Like it feels too samey with just the Halo scheme, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, I guess you could say like it's interesting that, they kind of made it similar to Halo 5 to where Master Chief is basically against his own
people.
people, right? His own team.
Hmm.
And it kind of gave me off that vibe where, he's gonna do it again, and that's how the ending of the first episode
Is.
started.
Hmm.
Now we're going to see, hopefully, I don't know, Master Chief go rogue, like not rogue, but more like go missing
Yeah, but
on purpose.
hmm I mean,
And
yeah, but
who knows if he'll be like coming back to them,
I
teaming
don't.
up again.
I don't think so. I mean, the way they set up that, like, the shady corporate heads, the general, the leader, it's like they just seem too corrupt for their own good. Like, I don't think they'll let Master Chief back in. Like, would open. It's not gonna be, like that. Which, it's an interesting premise to start off your show, because obviously it wasn't gonna be like a one for one adaptation of the game, which is like going around shooting facilities. Like, that's great for video games because we get to play that mode. We get to be the character. Um, but when it comes to like a story wise, it's kind of boring. So I'm not surprised that's the direction they went into. But it's just like, I don't know, like it just doesn't, it doesn't seem like, I could be wrong. We're only reviewing episode one. By the end of the season, I could be wrong. It just doesn't seem like we're getting to anywhere unique and special. I don't
Yeah,
think
not
so.
yet, at
I,
least. I mean, there's still so much to uncover, like the relationship with the admiral and the other admiral. I
Mhm.
forgot. She's like the daughter of the guy.
Yeah, so that the guy was with Halsey. I guess they were
Yeah,
together at some point, and then,
and we
uh,
also have yet to find out more about the key that Master Chief found. I mean,
I
through the
thought that was,
games.
I thought that was Forerunner technology, wasn't it? Wasn't that
Yeah,
Forerunner technology?
Forerunner.
But wasn't
That's what I'm thinking too.
that's what I thought. But wasn't it orange in 4 and 5? Wasn't it orange, not blue? Or am I completely wrong? I haven't
I
played the
feel
games in
like
a while. I haven't even touched Infinite's campaign yet. I've been
so
busy.
so so what it looks like to me, I don't quite remember it either, but it looked like the key to Halo, like in the game where you can use it to on Halo, and pretty much because they say Halo is a weapon, you can
Mhm.
use that key to like destroy worlds and
Mm.
do stuff with it. Pretty much extinction
That's what you assume this key
of
could
a
be, or
race.
doing
Yeah,
something
I mean,
similar to it.
something similar to it, I would say.
Yeah, I like it. If they ended up being Forerunner technology, I'm like, okay, at least they're trying to be similar to the game, but like if it's like something else, like unless it's like not that, I honestly thought it was some type of like, maybe because they haven't introduced Cortana yet. Cortana's not in the first episode.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Um,
have mentioned the Cortana systems. So obviously she's gonna be
at
uh
they confirm
most like
she's in the show. They confirm
yeah,
she's in the show.
there's no way. I mean, we've seen it in the trailer, right? I think.
Oh, I was, that, I was
Wait,
like,
you want to talk about it?
no, that's it. Doesn't count toward the first episode, so I won't mention it. But like Cortana's design is like, eesh.
Ooh.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
I
Big
really hope
uh-oh.
it's like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing where they hurt the fans'
Where they fix it
backlash.
right away.
I hope they do because when that episode drops, we see Cortana for the first time and it's the same model. I'm like, like look, I know like they're doing their own thing, which I'm like, okay, do your own thing, but like there's certain things like you gotta keep the same. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Like the way they use the gear, it looks badass. Okay, I
oh
want
yeah,
to
that
like
first fight scene, like not the
the
not
weapons for the Covenant's design. I want to say the CGI was good, but it was definitely not perfect.
it's generic. Like
It was decent, I would say decent, not even as
the
good. It
elites
was
were
decent.
the elites were fine. I don't think they were like
Their
VFX
design,
Emmy award winning. It's not an
yeah, yeah.
Emmy, but it's like it's passable. Like it's
Like
passable.
I could continue watching it with it looking like that is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it is $10 million dollars an episode, so that they I guess they're making their money's worth. But no, the armors for the Spartans were like I want. Let me say some good things about this because I've been very negative about this so far. The Spartans costumes look amazing. They like this is
Yeah.
exactly how it should look in live action. Like it's nearly like the games, but like it's a little bit realistic. Um, the Easter
The first person shooter, first person perspective is an interesting take. Kind of gives off the video game feel.
exactly. That was probably just an Easter egg. It was like that was cool. Like to hear the sound effects. You go, okay, you're getting somewhere. Like you're not a total. I forgot the terminology it is for like being blind to things. Like I forgot what the terminology was for it, but they're aware that hey, this is. We still know that this is still the same sound from the game, so it's like this is great. This is like that was a great moment. Um, it was a bit cliche. Like they killed off the village. Like I'm actually surprised, but it's also a little cliche.
You know, I was kind of pissed that
The
the
death.
way the dad died for what's her name? I forgot they mentioned it.
It's Quinn.
Uh
It starts with a K. I know that.
yeah, so
I was just gonna keep.
this
I was gonna call it the kid for the rest of the review because I am horrible with names. Like it takes me like,
anyways,
yeah,
the way her dad died kind of got me mad because, you know, why would you like try to run towards him like the Covenant and how come none of those bullets did anything to the Covenant, right?
my
Like
theory is that the bullets produced by the UNCS is more powerful than amateur bullets. I guess
I guess it makes sense that way,
yeah,
but
because I thought any gun like because even the Marines like the Marines in the Halo game they can still kill people. I don't think they're using the same bullets as the Spartans, so I'm like plot convenience. I'm just gonna label it as that. It's plot convenience. Like, we're giving this character, the girl, like a reason to be along for this story. Like she's the relatable character, which it's
yeah.
it's fine, but it's still like yeah, it's again like retrain like Ellie from Last of Us or Baby Yoda from Mando. Like it's kind of it feels like that a little bit where it's like we're gonna have to like this character because she's kind of like our entry point to the show in a way. Because like it doesn't seem like this to be like it's just like the way I don't know how to explain it. It's like the framing and the pacing of the episode. Like I know this is Halo and it's normally Master Chief's story, but half the episode wasn't even about Master Chief. Like it was about the village. So which isn't a bad thing, but I'm like I don't know. I still feel iffy about this. Like this isn't giving me like a positive like foundation to start this new show.
I mean, I feel like it kind of escalated a little quickly, you know, to get to where the end of the episode is at. So like it gave us a bit about, you know, the whole village being wiped out. It gave us about like the relationship between the Admiral and Halsey's boss,
The his,
the commander, I think.
yeah, I know she's got that Spanish accent. So I'm like, I know she's Hispanic, but I'm like, I don't know her name. Um, I guess yeah,
Yeah.
but it seems like the way they're pitching Halsey is kind of like this. like it's so weird to say like do you know the gray theory? Like, there's no good or evil, it's just gray. Like Last Jedi kind of introduced that concept in recent years, for example. Um, it doesn't seem like this is weird because, like, again, I'm basing it off the game where, like, Halsey wasn't entirely the best human being in the world. Let's say, like, if you remember in Halo 4, she sided with the Covenant at the
Yeah,
end of the
she basically acknowledges her flaws, but yet still does like continue her
the good
her
things.
work.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
matter what,
yeah.
which I guess I'll give them credit for that. But is this again like, well, like I just don't know what the direction is. Like there's like it kind of reminds me of the Mandalorian where like we don't really know where we're going. Like maybe by halfway of season one we'll have that definitive like this is it, let's go. And I want to be wrong. Like I want to be proven wrong. Like I want at the end of the day like no Halsey's the big threat or something. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what I want. Like this is weird because like what besides have you watched The Witcher or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay, good. I
I've
haven't.
heard it was good though. I definitely gotta keep up with it.
Yeah, my normal co-host and you know him already. It's just George. He said the show was great, but that is kind of where like at my mind space. I haven't watched The Witcher yet either. It's on my list, but it's always been like, what is like the goal here? Like, what is the destination? Like, are we reaching to the war? Like they've been in war, right? Like the USNC and the Covenant for a while now, but like what is like the end game? Like what is like the focal journey of the story? Is it Master Chief and this girl? Like you as like a and also I forgot to mention this at the top. The reason why I picked Neffy for this review is that we both played Halo growing up. We played Halo in recent years, so I knew like if anyone wants to do the show with me, it would be him. Where would you want the story to go? Let's say, like, where would you want to hypothetically see season one, season two go into?
Um, honestly, I kind of don't want it to be predictable as I would thought it was in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of want this like change, like I don't know, maybe add more character introductions, maybe like or see just from the side of the Covenant. You know what I mean? Because we're always looking at Master Chief and their squad,
Mm-hmm.
but we barely get to see
The other side.
much more information about the Covenant. So they were just so it was interesting to see this. There was this girl in the ship with the Covenant, and
Yeah,
they're
I was
using
gonna
her.
like I didn't know her. Like I think she's an
Yeah,
interesting
I
character.
that's what I found very interesting. I like the take that they're going with there, that they're using a humans, and they're trying to gain information from what what humans would
Would
do,
do.
so that
They can use
yes,
that. They can exploit that information.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I found that like interesting that right away they're already like the Covenant's already like trying
Mm-hmm.
to sabotage um
The
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 human race
humanity.
this
The
way.
humanity.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
I'm just curious
Mhm.
with that character mostly. I
I-
kind of want to see what
Same.
her.
I think of all everyone here. Like I'm trying to. I'm like here's the thing. I'm not an actor. I'm not a writer. So it's like, what can I be saying? Like, oh, if I can't act, I can't write. So it's like I can't critique them too much. But like, of everyone of the cast we've seen in episode one, I think Halsey and this girl had the best performances. Where I believe them the most, especially this girl. Like just the nuance in her, like her character. Like I can feel in her emotion that she doesn't want to be there 100%. Like that's the vibe she gives off for me where she's doing this for a reason. But there's something that I'm feeling that's itching for her to get away. I'm not sure if you felt that too during the scene where like the that weird guy in the chair, not Thanos, but like the weird guy in the chair like just looks at her with like a book, and I don't think she's not reading it for like war
Yeah.
tactics. She's reading it for like pleasure.
So that guy's also been in the game. I forgot what's his name.
Wasn't he in Halo
Uh,
3? Like he looks familiar. Like I know
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in Halo 2 or 3, but I don't know. They call him the Prophets. That's what they call them.
the prophet.
They have names, but like I don't know their names clearly.
No, I never played Halo 2, so I'm like, that's the only
Oh, yeah,
Halo
that
game I
was
never
that
played.
was the first that was the first Halo game I've ever played. So that's pretty much where I remember him from.
I think it was in three.
But
I think he was in 3. I know he was in 3.
yeah, there was two of them in the games, like Prophet of Truth and Prophet of Fuck, I forgot what the other one was.
War.
I know one of them was called Prophet of Truth. But that
I'll take a look at it later. But there was one, oh we before we move any forward, for us, like, we've grown up with one Master Chief. Like, what was your take on? I forgot his name. Pablo Shive. Pablo Shives. Look, I'm sorry, Pablo. I'm sorry for butchering your last name. I butcher everyone's last names. I apologize.
oh
The actor who
the
plays Master
actor?
Chief.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think of him? Like, just
So I was another thing I was pretty pissed about in the game. I know I'm taking it a bunch like the references too seriously from the game, but I remember I was just sitting here and I was just like shocked and disappointed because in the game they never ever showed Master Chief's face, and that was really important for us gamers to like
speculate.
who's under this mask. We never get to see that, and
First
we
episode.
all like yeah, and in the first episode right away they show
Yeah.
off who this guy is. I'm like, come on. Why are you
I,
showing us his face? Like, even though I would understand that in
he
the credit scenes they'll say who plays the actors, right? And then you could just search up who it is, right?
yeah.
But like,
Yeah, the only thing that
I
guy,
wish
yeah,
I wish this series would have stood out more if it was possible to keep this one character hidden. One cast
just the
member
voice,
just hidden,
just the
just
voice.
him. Yeah, just the voice, just the appearance, the
Hmm.
human character in him. Because, in the game he's bald, he has scars around him. That's as much as we got to see from
And
the
here
Master
he's
Chief.
like picture perfect, like,
Yeah, and here he's
he's
like,
picture perfect model quality. Like, he could go on a photo shoot right now. I'm not trying to disrespect that actor.
he's a full-on Sigma male, bro. He's a Sigma male.
Basically, everyone's lining up for that. I'm not gonna go there. This is PG-13.
Hey, yo, what?
I'm a little. I don't curse. When we get to the episode 69, that's when I go a little bit far beyond my reach. But here we could be a teenage. Okay, let me stop there. But no, I'm not trying to criticize him. It's sadly just another comparison I have to make with the Mandalorian, for example, where it's kind of similar. Like, these are two titular characters that normally would not take their masks off.
Yeah,
But what in the Mando, it's kind of slight spoilers. If you haven't seen the Mandalorian already, that's on you. It's amazing. It's great. Go check it out on Disney
I love
Plus.
that. I love that.
Yeah, he
That's
never
good.
takes off his mask because that's his creed. Like, in his creed, you can never take off your mask.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, well, you can take off your mask, but you can't show it to someone else. Because you got to clean your face and everything. But then when you get those moments in season 2 where he has to take off the mask, like, that meant something. That had actual weight to it. Here, having it be in episode 1, you don't really, like, there's no real connection there. Like, I know the reason was for him to get the girl to trust him so that she doesn't kill him and doesn't go against him during his plans to
No,
try and escape.
he mentioned that weapon that she was using against him, it wasn't even gonna do anything to his own armor.
No, yeah, but like,
So he wasn't even. I guess more of like
you gotta trust me.
uh he had to rush it, because the ship was being
Down
controlled by
the
their
AI.
yeah by the station, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just pretty much to rush into it. He just had to take off his mask.
Yeah, to get the trust from her. Like, yeah, just follow my lead and we should be fine. Um,
Yeah, I had to make sure that he was human too, because no humans has ever seen the Spartan without their gear, right? They never take off their
um,
armor as well.
I I think that was, but then Halo 5 was like, no, that idea was clearly thrown out the window. Which is kind of like one of the issues with modern storytelling. Like, the more layers you add, the more like complications you add to the pre-existing lore. Um, I'm just gonna say for this universe, let's just forget that. It's just another one of those, like, yeah, it's from the video games, but like here it's like they don't do that, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it's just the emotional weight wasn't there. Like, this wasn't like a big, like, imagine it was like, I'm saying hypothetically, if it was The Rock underneath the helmet, but it was a different voice actor, like, that would be like, oh, that's cool, but like, it's this guy. I don't know you. I don't know you at all. Like, it'd be different. Like, in the video games, you finally see his face, and it wouldn't be someone you know, but it's like you finally get to see like the mystery's been solved after so many years.
Yeah, right.
But in the show, it's like there's no weight, there's no impact. They just did it for the sake of we're different. Slash, we would like for this actor to be on set so he can actually get more money. That's how I picture it. Maybe that wasn't the reason. I know the real reason they did it, but it's just the emotional weight is not there. It really wasn't. If it happened at the end of season one, where it's like they have this back and forth where I don't trust you, you don't trust me, and then he reveals his helmet, that'd be different. Because you had a season of them developing the relationship. They don't even know each other. They had a meal together. She nearly died of the oxygen. What else? She tried to shoot him. Like, how is any of this equal emotional connection?
Yeah, I agree.
Need I say more? Need I say more? Again, like I know I've been very hard on this show. I very much have been. It's just when it comes to video game properties, it's very finicky to do these adaptations. Like, have you seen Uncharted yet? The Tom Holland one last month.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, that's the case where like it is definitely not the games. Like, if you play Uncharted, it is not the game, but they do their own thing, and I liked it because it's doing its own thing with the characters. Where here it's like it's so weird. Like those are two different beasts. Like Uncharted and Halo are two different beasts, but at least with Uncharted, you kind of get the energy of the characters. You kind of get that feel of the world. Here, you get the feel, but so far in episode one, I literally don't see any story traction. I really don't like this. Like you said, everything seems to be predictable. Like this is probably Forerunner technology. It's probably going to connect to Cortana somehow. Master Chief will probably be on the run for a while just to like have him be stripped away of everything. You know, focus on. Like I get what they're going with this, but like there has to be like that big twist. Like when
Yeah, something different from the game, and like I don't know, maybe introduce a new cool villain that we don't know of. You know, just just an example.
oh no, yeah, I would love a cool new villain.
Maybe that's asking too much, but
I mean, dude,
it
like
would be interesting.
I mean, the thing is that with these adaptations, like you know, there's just a case like you need to do something different, and sometimes adding something new to the lore for your own accord is some. Maybe there is that cool new character, but we just haven't seen him yet. Like that's the weird thing about this is like this show is
Um,
mainly marketed towards fans like us who have been with Halo since we were kids, who have we've grown up with the franchise, and we're really curious to see where this show could go. We want to see finally what does live action Halo look like. Um, I think this would have been an easy case where, honestly, I would have been fine if this was Netflix style, just release the whole first season, so that we get that build up. Because like, well, like shows like have you seen Peacemaker, Hawkeye, or anything of the recent ones?
no, I haven't
Like,
actually.
where the hell have you been, man? Have you been living under a rock again?
Yeah, I sometimes I have time for those shows, sometimes I don't.
Nefito, Nefito, Nefito. But okay, but like, like let's say with WandaVision, like you're building the hype up each and every like you want to get to the next episode. I don't really feel hype for Halo in my opinion, like which is weird, cause
I'm only hyped, I guess, for what's to come with the CGI action.
oh, you
So
want to
so
see
far they were,
what the next big battle scene is.
yeah, they were doing pretty great with like you know what I mean? Like in Halo there's some boss battles. I'm kind of curious to see their take on a boss fight. Who's the big boss here?
Oh, who's the big bad for season one?
Yeah, we have yet to find out.
Yeah, cause like
If it's just an organization, then it kind of seems a
it's boring.
little,
That's boring. That's like
yeah, it kind of
it.
seems a little boring. It's like, okay, we're just gonna expect Master Chief not struggle against an army he is already used to killing.
I mean, yeah, that's nothing special. Like seeing it in live action is cool, but it doesn't keep us entertained for like the 8 or 9 weeks we're going to spend on this journey. It doesn't. That might be a little harsh to say. That's just my thing of like it's not gravitating. Like most TV shows, like they introduce their big bad in the first episode. So you know, like it's Green Arrow versus Damien Dark, or The Flash versus Godspeed, or something like that. Just knowing Master Chief is fighting everyone, it's like for me, it's Mission Impossible. It's Tom Cruise fighting everyone. Well, what's the difference?
Yeah,
It's
it kind of
literally
reminds me of I don't know if you ever played Halo Reach,
I
but
have,
like towards
dude,
the
dude,
end of
dude. I spent
the.
like 300 hours in that game. What you talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, right. Me too. Well, anyways, like towards um, the last, my bad,
Mission.
the last, yeah, the last mission where it was literally called the last Spartan, meaning where you had to like just fend off from the elites until you die.
First, like, yeah, and then you just
That's
die.
probably one of the coolest mission, bro.
I mean, yeah, but they're not gonna do it here. Like, you're not gonna kill Master Chief.
No, yeah, I'm basically saying that, and if they were to go with somewhere like that, it would definitely would not be successful.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Honestly, what I would love to see is, not, it just crossed my mind just now, is that do you remember the character Jul Adama from Halo 4? Like that elite, like big ass like boss, like one of the elite's faction leaders.
Hmm, it's not
He,
the Arbiter, right?
no, no, no. But I mean, he kind of looks like a bulkier version of the Arbiter. Like he was in Halo 4. You killed him in Halo 5 in the first mission, if you remember him.
I kind of don't.
Basically, he's like this. He's like a leader. He's like a real big, like legitimate
Okay,
leader.
okay, a leader of the Covenant, right?
Yeah, like one
Okay.
of their faction leader. I think he would be cool because the thing is that in the games, they literally never explored him. Like they set him up at the end of 4. It's like I will be the next threat for the Spartans. Halo 5 drops. He dies in the first mission. Like, bruh, it's like, yeah, you cock teased us for the wrong thing. But honestly, they could reuse that character here. It's like, give him more story. Give him like you said. Well, I want to see the
Yeah,
Covenant,
just like Darth Maul, like in the trilogy movies or the prequels, I
the
mean.
prequels.
Yeah, in the prequels they killed him off, but like in the Clone Wars they gave him
They gave him
mad
story. They gave
depth.
him
And
depth.
he was just one of my favorite characters after the Clone Wars. I mean,
Oh yeah, he was cool. Sam Woodward can do no wrong. But
wow, awesome voice actor.
yeah, that's the actor. He's pretty cool. But the thing is that I want to see a legitimate villain. Like if you make Halo, just the same old like him fighting the UNSC or the Covenant or this random people, it's like it's gonna get stale eventually. There's only so much you could do with live action Master Chief fighting people until it's like I guess I could skip next week. I'll binge it when it's done. You don't want that. You want the engagement to be up. You want it to be trending on Twitter, like posts on Instagram, on TikTok. Like you want to keep that traction going. At least for me. Like, and again, they're catering for newcomers and the big fan. I'm a big fan. You're a big fan, and we're not overly hyped on all levels. Let's say we can both agree on that. We're not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's what I feel bothered by this. Like when I started reading, I don't usually read reviews going into like watching new shows. I really don't. I normally wait until I watch it for myself and then I read the reviews because I don't want anyone else's review to affect my review. Um, I didn't read any reviews for the Batman until after I seen the movie like 3 weeks later. I'm glad I didn't because I wanted my own take on the movie. In this case with the show, I understand why people are like a little bit more iffy on it. Like I know someone on Twitter, he posted about like he's just not into it. He's just gonna drop off, which sucks. It really does suck. Like you wait all this time for this show and it not being like the big massive hit you want it to be. Um, but hey, it's coming back for season 2. It's coming. We got more episodes of season 1. So Neffy, any closing thought? Anything we didn't get to mention yet that you still have to say?
Well, I hope episode two it kind of like escalates with more character information of that of uh of the girl from the Covenant side
Mm-hmm.
and the
Give us a real villain.
Quan, I forgot her name. Yeah, so
Maybe it's a Q too. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm kind of curious to see where it takes her. You know, what role is she gonna play besides like a side character of like Master Chief? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I don't want her to be like an Ellie to Joel from the last one. I really don't want her to be. I know that's kind of like the direction they're going. But like, I really don't want that. Like, I'm not. I don't want that at all. But I hope they do something different. Like, don't like right now it seems formulaic. It seems like samey, washy, washy. But please do something. I want them to do something different. Like I want to. So, um, that's my 2 cents on it. So at the end of the day, Neffy, do you recommend Halo for anyone who has yet to watch it on Paramount Plus?
If you're into uh, a good, decent fight scenes and into if you have an open mind of story plot that has nothing to do with the game, that is completely different from the game, I mean,
Yeah, you don't
then
have to play the game to understand it. You don't.
I would, for this episode, I guess I would recommend it just to try it out.
Okay, so I expect you to go to your class tomorrow and tell everyone, "Hey, go watch the Halo show. It's fun."
And if you did, let me know how it goes. I really am curious to know other people's thoughts for this series.
Yeah, our mutual friend of ours, he's been on the channel before, Justin. He was like, "I'm not surprised." He said, "I'm not dropping money on Paramount Plus," which I'm like, you know what? You do you, man. You do you. I am not gonna fault you on that. I look the show's it is what it is. Episode 1, it is passable. I think it's okay. I think you'll have a decent time with it, but don't expect anything special episode 1 wise. But yeah. So yeah, let us know how you think. Leave us a comment down below. What did you think of the first episode of Halo, the series? You can find that only on Paramount Plus. Uh, Again, this is What's on the Two's first impressions, where hopefully we get to do this each and every week. So please like, favorites, share this video, support it. If we see traction on this, I will somehow convince Neffy to do this week to week. Otherwise, I'll drag his ass back at the end of the season to do an entire season review.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still iffy on doing week to week, even if this does get successful. You're still iffy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if this goes well.
Yeah, we'll see. I got a contract. I'll sign up for this boy, ready to go. But before we wrap it up, Neffy, I want you to promote your stuff, your Swifty stuff. If
So
that makes sense.
I pretty much game and stream on twitch.tv/Nefito. That's with the 0 at the end. And I also do YouTube. Same name, Nefito. Except it's with the O in the end. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for having me here, and you know,
Hopefully, this is not the last
like,
time we see you. Hopefully, it's not the last time.
hopefully not. We'll see how this series goes actually, because if this series turns into a bad take, then I might, chalk it.
You might like, nah, like, I'll wait
I'd
for
be
the.
like, is it
I'll,
really worth?
I mean,
Unless we can
there's
warn
another.
others.
There's another Halo TV show that was made back in 2015. You want to go watch that one?
It's a little too far back for me to even.
If I buy you the Blu-ray, would you watch it?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I gotta see how this one goes. Honestly, I'm just more curious into seeing how this Halo turns out.
Oh yeah, it's getting
Just
season
based on
2.
its budget, just because I'm basing it on its budget.
It's 10 million episode, 90 million for the whole run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So this better be good.
it better be because like I would feel incredibly bad if after season 2 it's like, yeah, we're done, we're not doing more. It's like, you know what? That's future talk for going. Anyway, again, if you haven't been paying attention, this has been What's the Two from Action X. Talk about Halo for these first impressions. If you want to know what we're doing normally, What's the Two besides these first impressions, we're currently doing Rookie and Walker episode reviews each and every week after brand new episodes on the CW and ABC respectfully. So go check them out right there. If you only care about Halo, please give this a support. We might come back for more. I would like to come back for more and talk something more positive about this than me being a negative Nancy like I always am. But please share, support. Again, follow Neffy on YouTube and Twitch if you want to see more of him. And until we see each other again, please stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And as always, peace out.
Thank you guys for watching.